Okay, so we've already went ahead, put our yeast in, and a cup and a half of flour. So you're gonna need a total of 3.5 cups of flour. Then you're gonna need 1 package of yeast, and you're gonna need 1/4 of a cup of oil. And like I said, I generally just pour in what I believe is about 1/4 of a cup of oil. And you can always, if your dough ever is dry, you can always substitute it for a little bit of extra water. And you always want to use a warm to hot water, and you're going to need 1 cup of water. So we're going to go ahead and pour the water in. Now sometimes I want to put just a little extra water, about 1/4 of a cup worth of water in the container, so that in the event that your dough gets too dry, you can have something to get it to work again. So now we're going to go ahead and mix up the dough, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that our dough is done and ready to rise, we're going to cover it with a wet towel and let it sit for almost an hour. Now the reason you cover it with a wet, warm rag is because you do not want the dough to dry out, because it can dry out if it's not wet. So keeping it wet keeps it from drying out. Okay, so we're done with the bread, which came out absolutely perfect. And now we're going to show you guys how to make pigs in a blanket, vegan style. Okay, so you're going to want to take your Morningstar Italian sausage out of the package. You're going to want to put it on a plate. Now see, we're not going to cook all of them, so we're only going to show you how to make 2. And then you're going to put them on the plate. Then you're going to put them in the microwave for about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes on high. Sometimes you can't make fresh chili with fresh ingredients like peppers, onions, and so forth. So we're going to show you guys how to make a delicious chili mix with the beans and store-bought items. See, now normally we don't use pinto beans to make chili, but we're a little low on stock, so we're going to have to make use with what we got. So you're going to want to drain the beans, and we're going to go ahead and add some spices to the beans to make it chili-ish. So what we have here is a variety of spices: minced onion, Mrs. Dash, Mexican chili powder, medium spice taco sauce, and black pepper. So first we're going to start with some Taco Bell sauce. Now you're not going to use a lot because it's kind of a chunky mix. So you're going to put about 2 tablespoons worth at most. Then you're going to want to sprinkle in a couple pinches worth of onions, a couple pinches worth of Mrs. Dash, a couple pinches worth of ground pepper, which there's a lot right there on accident, and some Mexican chili powder. So then you're going to pour your beans onto the plate and mix it around. Now that it's ready, we got to cook it. So our sausages are done, and we're going to put the beans in the microwave so they can cook. Now those are probably going to be on for a few minutes, so we're going to put it on for 3. Now while that cooks, we're going to make the dough so we can stuff our sausages and chili mix inside of the bread. So you're going to want to take a plate and grab enough dough out of here. Now if the dough is sticky, it sticks to your hand, Then you're going to need some flour. In this case, our dough came out good, so we aren't going to need any. And you know you've made a good dough when you don't have to, you know, put any flour on it. So what we're doing now is we're going to knead the dough out big enough for the sausage to go inside. Now, this you're probably remembering this from when we made our calzone last time, and it's pretty much the same thing. You're going to want to spread the dough out to the thickness of a plate, and you want to make sure it's relatively thick, because when it cooks, the bread does not, because it's wheat, does not get much bigger than when you started it. So you're going to want to knead the dough into a nice uniform plate. Okay, so we got about a half a minute left for our chili beans. So we're going to want to put a sausage in the middle. We're going to wrap it around like a donut, kind of, you know, just wrap it around the thing. But we're going to go over now and we're going to check on the beans. We'll be right back. So now you're going to want to prep your oven to about 325 degrees. So our beans are done and they've thickened up really well. So now we're going to go ahead and place some chili beans into our sausage chili dog. Now see here, this is the gist of a chili dog. Now you can, at this point, you can add onions, relish, mustard, ketchup, all that kind of stuff. What you're going to do now is you're going to fold one side on top. Then you're going to go and you're going to want to fold the other side up. Now in the event that it doesn't connect, just give it a light little tug until it does fold over. Now, trust me, this is not the end of it, okay? We're going to do is slightly pinch the bread together, not drastically, but enough so that when it cooks, it'll adhere to itself. Then you're going to want to go and pinch the rest. Now, if a bean or two pops out, just pull them out. You're going to want to pinch the rest of the dough together to create an enclosed pod. Now once this dough starts cooking though, it'll generally not split open. Very rarely will that happen. Then you're going to switch to the other side. And you're going to pinch, just bring it together slowly but surely. It's probably the most time consuming process. And once it's done, just kind of, you know, wedge it back into itself, you know. Make sure that it's all there. And here, my friend, is an unprepared stuffed chili dog. Okay, so you're going to want to put the stuffed chili dog into the oven at 325 for approximately 30 minutes. Okay, so now you've learned how to make soy-based, vegan-approved, pigs in a blanket chili dogs. Okay, so in our next episode, we're going to teach you guys how to make delicious soy-based vegan lasagna. So look back for us around the middle of March, and we're going to show you guys how to make a delicious homemade vegan lasagna. Healthy vegan lasagna. Thanks for watching, and check us out at veganfoodchannel.com.